It's finished here at the Mangatapay UK Stadium, Boreham Wood 0, Altrincham 1. We're with Phil Parkinson. Phil, games between Boreham Wood and Altrincham are always close, it feels. I thought this was one of the most exciting games that we've played between the two sides, and I imagine you're pretty delighted to come away with 3 points from this one.
Yeah, we certainly are. Every game against Luke's teams are always really tough, really close, and my big message to the players today was we've had that many away games where I've been speaking about draws and nip and tuck types of fixtures. This was always going to be that type of game, a really tough team to beat, especially at home. That's where they've got all the points, and could we come out the right end of the result, and the lads delivered.
A big part of getting a positive result today was withstanding the early onslaught that they put on us, and not for the first time we had to thank Ethan Ross. He made 2 great saves. The first one I thought was a particularly magnificent save, and that's what he's there to do, but it makes a huge difference to get through that difficult first 15-20 minutes with the score still at 0-0.
Yep, and it's always that case when you come to the capital. It's a long journey, and I think that's the biggest sort of onslaught we've had in the opening exchanges, but they're a big physical team, and when you've got Tishmanga and Unlove up top, they give you a platform to play, and then everybody's got to do the jobs running off them. Ethan's got to make saves, but the game flipped on its head halfway through the second half when we got on top, and then Ashmore has made some absolute pivotal, outstanding saves for them. So it was a half for the keepers, I would say, who was going to come out on top, and thankfully today Ethan did.
In terms of how you approach this game, the one change that you did make was obviously bringing in Justin Donowa. He was almost, I felt, symptomatic of the team as a whole, in that he had a testing first sort of period, but he grew into the game and got better and better, and he must be delighted with his performance coming in for Lewis Banks on the right hand side.
Well, obviously the whole team were outstanding to get that result, but JD going out on loan, it was perfect timing for him to come back with Lewis picking up a little niggle. And he came in, and it's like he's never been away, so that's where the loans work in terms of to get that fitness, pull them right in. It was the perfect time for us to do that with JD, and he absolutely delivered in that position. But the whole back 4, back 5 with Ethan, back 7 if you include George and Elliot in front, you have to do that. You have to battle, you have to fight, and all the bits that people have been asking about the group in terms of leadership, being commanding, and all the bits that I've been saying, learning in terms of learning game on game, season on season. Are we ready yet? The question marks are still there, but they answered a few today.
With that front 4 that we had today, it was important obviously that we started to play our game, and as you've mentioned, we started to do that midway through the first half, and it went on like that. And at half time, was your feeling, because it felt like it was suddenly a much better, more even game, was your feeling at half time that you were happy at 0-0 or a bit frustrated?
No, I thought it was a fair reflection of the first half, because as I said, both teams had equal share of that, but I was questioning whether they could put us under that amount of pressure again, because as I said, I don't think many teams have done that to us this season or been able to do that to us. So that suggests that they're a better team than the league position puts them in. But ultimately, second half, the way we finished the first half, you're going into it very confident, and I felt we were well worthy winners in the end.
Obviously a big moment in the second half was the red card, and there didn't seem to be too much doubt about it from the reactions of both sets of players. I don't know what your view on that was, but also, as often happens with red cards, it almost feels like it slightly disturbed the rhythm of both sides for a period. Yeah, well, we've been really unlucky with our own situation on the red card front, haven't we? And I know Luke feels very aggrieved with that one, and I understand why. It was 2 lads coming together. Fortunately, our player got there first, so the other player's always going to put an element of doubt in the referee's mind with the intensity of which he slid into the tackle, but I'm not in a position to say whether that's a red or not. I just know that we've had no rub of the green with that, and it went for us today. The winning goal, as it has been on a number of occasions, Chris Clark, his 20th league goal of the season, and it was, in lots of ways, it was a characteristic goal, both in terms of finding that bit of space, the first time control and the finish, and he's been the difference maker for us on so many occasions this season. Well, he contributes to a team that works very hard to deliver certain opportunities for Chris, but not just Chris, the rest of the players. And Chris is the recipient of a lot of hard work in training to find spaces for him to execute his strengths. It's certainly not a one-man show. The other players are in double figures now, but every player will, every team that's successful will have one player who stands out more than the rest. And for us this season, it's Chris Clark. after that, in terms of seeing the game out, you brought on Diorangus, who had a great chance to finish it off, couldn't quite take it, and it's maybe not quite going for him. But Mitch Hancock's, just a word on him. You must be pleased. It's a difficult time of year to sign players. You must be delighted to get a player of his experience and quality at this stage.
Leadership, character, experience, been there, seen it, done it. All outstanding qualities that we're desperate for at this point. Sorry, all the kit men are coming past. And I thought, when we needed to just steady the ship a little bit, because they put an extra midfielder on, took their wide player off, so we didn't need the extra wide player, and he just shored us up brilliantly in there. But it was about maintaining possession of the ball in the second half. When we got the lead, went to 10 men, and there aren't many better teams at it than us. Hey, there's a couple of really good in possession teams this season, but when we went to 10 men, I was very confident that we would see it out.
Brilliant scenes at the end there. 92 Altrincham fans making the journey down. There's no official travel, which makes that all the more impressive. And but the away support has been a real feature this season, and those are brilliant scenes for the end. I'm sure you enjoyed, and the players all enjoyed.
No, I did. I've really enjoyed. I've enjoyed my whole time here, but as everything's improved season on season, the support has, but the type of support as well. The connection's always been there, as I said a few times. A little bit disappointed with some of the reaction when we've had a bit of a tough run, but as I said on a number of the interviews, you'll enjoy the good times even more if you can endure the bad, and the bad's been a couple of weeks. So hopefully we're over that bit of a rough spell now. There's still really tough games coming up, there's still tough times ahead, but I think the lads deserve the support unequivocally to the end. Whatever happens now, they bounced back when everyone thought we were probably dead and buried. A lot of question marks over us, and our fans deserve that result. Whoever's travelled today, whoever come Tuesday, that was for you, for sticking by us through thick and thin, and that's what a successful football club looks like. And we're just getting stronger and stronger. The fan base is getting better and better, and like I said, days like today are all about the fans, the travel, the players, the effort that they've put into it, and we're just glad that we can deliver for them once again.
And you've touched on the fact that things maybe didn't look so good a couple of weeks ago, but the picture's changed. It's 3 wins in 4 now. Results elsewhere have largely gone our way, and we're back in the playoffs as it stands. And we've got what should be an absolutely superb game to look forward to in a week at home to Gateshead, one of our playoff rivals.
Yep. As I said, there's more tricky challenges ahead. I'm sure there'll be even more twists and turns, but where we were a couple of weeks ago to where we are now, that's football. One win can change the world. Everyone feels completely different. So learn from what we've experienced. Don't get carried away. Don't be dreaming about promotion. Just enjoy this moment. Enjoy the ride. Who knows where it'll take us, but we're certainly pushing for that promotion spot.